Well, don't you just love Gaelic games? Don't you just love hurling and football? I mean, we have just witnessed two absolute spectacles in many ways. I mean, we'll talk about the football a little bit later. There'll be a separate video coming out in terms of the reaction to the All Ireland Club Senior Football Championship final, which was won by Kilcoo in dramatic fashion. But first of all, let's speak about Ballygunner, because this was an extraordinary result, a famous result for the club, a huge result for the club, and a huge result for the county in Waterford as well. The first ever Waterford-based club that has won the All Ireland Club Senior Football Championship. And you think of some of the brilliant Waterford club sides down the years, the likes of De La Salle, and of course the likes of Ballygunner themselves as well. They win the game 217 to 119 in dramatic fashion as well. Harry Ruddle with the last puck of the game. Absolutely extraordinary stuff. I mean, you know, forget your soccers, forget your rugbies, forget your NBA and, you know, your NFL, your Super Bowl. I mean, hurling is where it is at. Let's be completely honest. And this was just extraordinary stuff from Harry Ruddle in the dying minutes. I mean, to do that, literally, I mean, it was all or nothing right there. It was all or nothing. That goes wide. It goes over the bar. It's saved. Ballyhale Shamrocks are the ones that celebrate and win the All Ireland Club Senior Football Championship, but it nestles right into the bottom right-hand corner of the goalkeeper's net there, and absolutely extraordinary stuff. It really, really was. And you know, I felt like Ballygunner would win this game coming into it, but I always knew it would kind of be close. You know, I knew these two teams were always going to be close to each other. You're talking about Ballyhale Shamrocks, probably the greatest club team in hurling, potentially of all time. They're certainly en route to doing that, and no doubt about it, they'll probably be back next year and be back in the upcoming years potentially as well. For Ballygunner, I mean, look, listen, you know, what an incredible year it has been for them. I mean, obviously coming through Waterford, coming through Munster. They obviously had that Boris Lee defeat from a couple of years ago that was hanging over them coming into this. And this was just absolutely extraordinary. It really, really was. The fact that they go and beat a team like Ballyhale Shamrocks. In terms of the game itself, I mean, early on, both sides were trading blow from blow. And, you know, one thing that kind of looked apparent was that Ballyhale Shamrocks always looked in control of the game. And it was very stop-start, I felt, in the first half. It didn't really get going. There were a lot of frees either way. I felt like the referee could have let this game go a little bit more than what he did. Because there was a lot of stop-start and a lot of frees, a lot of fouls. And I felt like maybe he could have just let the game flow a little bit. But Ballyhale Shamrocks were certainly winning in that regards. You know, they had a 4-point lead on the 31st minute after TJ Reid stroked over a nice point. So, you know, they were looking good at that point, really. And, you know, Ballygunner were coming back here and there, and I thought Mikey Mahoney was fairly decent, won a lot of ball higher up the pitch and hit a couple of good points. And obviously Desi Hutchinson, I mean, this guy, you know, he's in the conversation for one of the best hurlers in the country, no doubt about it. Finishes the day with 1-3. His goal was absolutely exceptional. Some of his points as well, you know, out of this world, absolutely out of this world. You know, and you look at his form really since he's come back to Waterford and even throughout the year for Ballygunner as well. I mean, he's definitely in contention with being, you know, one of the best club players of the year, no doubt about it. He was absolutely brilliant. And, you know, every time Ballygunner looked like they were coming back into the game, Ballyhale Shamrocks would respond with a couple of points. You know, whether it was the likes of Colin Fennelly or TJ Reid or Owen Cody. And really that goal early on in the second half probably opened up the game because, as I said in the first half, it was very stop-start. It was very both sides not really clicking into gear yet. Both sides missing a couple of chances and whatnot. And then really what ended up happening, Colin Fennelly runs through an extraordinary save by Stephen O'Keefe. I mean, out of this world save. But Ballygunner don't clear their lines. Richie Reid with a little scoop, and it goes into the back of the net. A 5-point lead, but I felt like when Ballygunner were there for the taking, Ballyhale Shamrocks probably didn't capitalise on it. I feel like that was probably their downfall. You know, when they had opportunities to capitalise on the game and potentially finish Ballygunner off, they didn't do so, and that was probably a downfall for them. And you know, Ballygunner came back hugely, and on the 49th minute, Desi Hutchinson, you know, it's almost like his trademark, catching the high ball. You don't know which way he's going to go. He almost gives a bit of a shimmy. Is he going right? Is he going left? Rings his man, and then boom, just, you know, doesn't even have to think about it. Instinctively Wonderful finish. Nothing Ballyhale Shamrocks could have done about that. And, but to be fair, even after that, like Ballyhale Shamrocks hit a couple, I think they hit, the next 3 scores in the game. And you still felt like even though Desi Hutchinson got that goal, Ballyhale Shamrocks again were good at turning the tide, and they were good at slowing the game down at different stages as well, which was quite cute and clever from their point of view. And yeah, obviously you're going into the home stretch, and you feel like with a team of Ballyhale Shamrocks experience, they'll have enough. But Ballygunner just kept on fighting, and even with the puckouts as well, some of them were going Ballyhale Shamrocks' way, but Ballygunner you just felt like in the final couple of minutes they started to turn the tide a little bit again. And you felt like, okay, they're coming into this. They're gonna try and make something of it. It was a 1-point game. Pádraig Mahoney with a free in the 59th minute showed nerves of steel, really. But Ballyhale Shamrocks got right down the other end, and then Evan Shefflin with an extraordinary point. It was very impressive as well, actually, for Ballyhale Shamrocks. And you felt like, 2 points in it. Are Ballygunner going to get a goal chance? It's going to be tough. And we'd literally played the 3 minutes of added time. We'd played the 3 minutes. It was done. It was dusted. It was game over. It was up to the discretion of the referee. Harry Ruddle runs through, and from a long way out as well, smashes the ball into the back of the net, and just absolutely extraordinary stuff from Ballygunner there with the victory. Absolutely incredible. And yeah, massive congratulations goes to them, to their club, to anyone who's a member of that club. Massive congratulations. And for Ballyhale Shamrocks, they'll be back, no doubt about it. Like, they've plenty of talent, plenty of top class players in there, and TJ Reid, Owen Cody, and Colin Fennelly, Richie Reid, like a lot of experience and a lot of great up and coming players as well. Adrian Mullen, Evan Shefflin, obviously, of course, the heir of the throne in many ways there. So, he looks like a top class player as well. So, not the end of the world from a Ballyhale Shamrocks point of view, but I'm sure that they'll be feeling this one, no doubt about it. I mean, to concede a late goal in the way that they did, just tragic stuff in many ways, but huge for Ballygunner. Massive victory. Peter Hogan was brilliant as well at different times in this game, I felt. And actually, just before we finish up, we'll run through some of the scorers on the day. So I suppose from a Ballygunner point of view, you'd Pádraig Mahoney with 7 points, Mikey Mahoney with 3 points, Kevin Mahoney with 2 points, Desi Hutchinson with 1-3, and Billy O'Keefe with 2 points, and then Harry Ruddle, who came off the bench with a goal in there as well. So in total, like only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 6 scores for Ballygunner, which usually for teams that do win All Irelands, they probably have a bit more. Like Ballyhale Shamrocks got a lot more scores all around the pitch, like Evan Shefflin with 2 points, Richie Reid, Dara Corcoran, Patrick Mullen, Brian Cody, Adrian Mullen, all getting points each there. Adrian Mullen with 2 points, Joey Cuddy with a point, TJ Reid with 8 points, Colin Fennelly, Owen Cody, all getting in on the score sheet as well, and Owen Reid with a goal there as well. So in the end for Ballygunner, it's a huge win. It's a hard one to take for Ballyhale Shamrocks, but well deserved from a Ballygunner standpoint. And we'll go ahead and wrap this up here. If you could leave a like and subscribe. I am feeling massively under the weather at the minute, so if you could leave a like and subscribe, that would be great. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? That would just be fantastic. But brilliant for Ballygunner. And we'll go ahead and wrap this up here. My name's Aaron, and there will be a match reaction out shortly for Kilmuckle Crokes and Kilcoo. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably be out in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll see you all later.